Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of the Beyerdynamic DT1350cc pair of on-air headphones. I've had these for about a month now, and I'd like to talk about it with you. So, just before we get started, this is the CC version, Coiled Cable. There's another version that comes with a cable that's half the size, but it's completely straight. And this is the Coiled Cable version. There's also another difference, which I'll talk about soon. So let's just see the packaging. This is the box that it comes in, and you can see the information right here and some good information on the back. And it also talks about the Tesla technology, which is also used in Beyerdynamic's flagship set of headphones, the T1 and the T1 second generation. And this apparently has the same. So let's get started. This is the carrying case that it comes with. Now, as you can see, it's according to the box, it's a nylon carry case. So here it is. Quite rigid, but still easy to just throw in your backpack. It's not going to damage anything else inside. It snaps on with Velcro. There you have it. Sorry for the messy wires, yeah. So let's see what else comes in here. You've got the product information. Warranty card, I think. Yeah, guarantee card. That comes in this pouch, which also closes with Velcro. And there's another pouch here. Thinner one. Inside this, the airline adapter, and I believe, yeah. And now to the headphones themselves. On first impression, you can see this is another recipient of the very industrial design that Beyerdynamic likes to go for. They like using metal quite a bit. I previously had a pair of DT990s. It's completely aluminium, and here we are with this, which also uses quite a bit of that. Okay, so the first thing you notice is that the band is adjustable. Now this is quite useful, especially if you're wearing this pair of headphones under a hat, which I happen to do when I go outside. So this, I think, is a great feature. Usually when I wear this, it's usually this one is straight and this one's a bit forward. I find that to be it gives a good amount of tightness in your head, which will be very important, and I'll come to that in a moment. So this is what they talk about with the coiled cable. The normal version, which is, I think, I'm not sure how much less it is, but it costs less than this. That just has a straight cable, about half the length of this. This has this coil side and a straight side, so I think 3 meters all in all if you stretch it out, while the normal one is just 1.5 meters. So let's talk about the fact that this cable is non-detachable. Now these aren't the most inexpensive set of on-air headphones you can take with you outside. It would be nice to have the detachable cable for this, but apparently there's no option to do that, not even in the other version, not even in this version. So this is on, and if something goes wrong with the wire, I guess you'll have to send it to Beyerdynamic to take a look at it, which is unfortunate. But the wire length itself, it's not like a VCR cable like some other headphones, but this isn't completely like loose or like flimsy either. It's quite solid actually. There's a nice connector. You might have trouble with smartphones. You'll need to, if you have like a skin or something on it, you might need to make room for this. So let's talk about the swiveling. Yes, this is very adjustable. I quite like that. You have several. This is again the very industrial design. So I personally quite like the look of these headphones. I think they look quite sleek. And let's talk about, okay, the AirPads are quite comfortable actually. I believe this is another difference between this and the regular version, is that this has more padding. I'm not entirely sure, but I have read that, and that was one of the reasons I went for this one. So, okay, now let's talk about the sound quality. Straight out the bat, these are quite neutral pair of headphones. Yes, absolutely neutral, but the bass extension goes quite low, which is something I really enjoy. My favorite genres to listen to this would be rap, some pop music, and rock. Yeah, definitely rock music. This has a certain power to whatever it outputs. Like when you're listening to, let's say, a metal song, for instance, you'll hear the riffs. They'll just chug out at you quite nicely. Like there's no, they don't prance around. Like they don't hold back or anything. These are quite driven. But that's another thing to talk about. These are 80 ohm headphones, which is quite a bit higher than what you expect from a portable, so-called portable pair of headphones. 80 ohms, which means these could benefit from some amping. Don't go out of your way to get something big for this, but I would advise, if you want it to reach its full potential, you could use like a portable DAC amp combination. I'm sure Fio has some. But just running from my phone, like I have a Galaxy S6, so the DAC is pretty good. And I also use this for music. This is a Fio X1. Holds a lot of FLAC files. I use this and it runs just fine. But I have plugged this into my Asgard 2 amp, and there is a bit of difference in both warmth and, of course, since it's the Asgard, but warmth and punchiness of the bass. So bass extension, yeah, stretches quite low. Mids are just great, to be honest, on this headphones. The mids just, the vocals really clear. This is not V-shaped or anything. This is neutral, quite neutral. In the mids, the mid quality I would say is stellar on these headphones. Like you could listen to, let's say, Adele's new song on this and it would sound absolutely gorgeous. If we're talking about the treble of these headphones, they are a little rolled off. I have a set of ZMF Vibros which also has rolled off treble. These are not quite that rolled off. They're not as protective in some songs. Like some songs which have, let's say, really crappy production or like really sibilant, harsh production, it will come through. But most of all, like most times, this will give you a nice smooth roll off. Like it's not jarring, it's not sudden, you don't feel like you're being stifled or suffocated by it. It's quite clear actually. It's just a very comfortable feeling thing. So I'd like to talk about the fact that this price range this is in, I'm not going to talk about specific prices because they keep changing, but this price range is slightly more expensive than another pair of headphones that I have, which comes in this bag. No nylon case or anything like that, just this bag. This is a very popular pair of headphones, I'm sure you all know this. These are the M50Xs by Audio-Technica. Now I bought these thinking these would be good for studio monitoring, recording music, giving me a nice accurate sound. Not so much. These have slightly boosted bass. There's more treble on this than on that though. But the mids on that surpass this quite a bit, and the bass extension definitely. So these are like the advantages that this has over the Beyerdynamics is that the fact, okay, it comes with 3 cables and they're all detachable. Like that is just, like I wish Beyerdynamic had taken that pathway. Also, you can't replace the pads on these while you can on this. Like many people take these off, replace them with like Brainwaves HM5 pads, and for more comfort, reduce bass though, but more comfort. But this comes with not as nice packing materials, And as just sound quality wise, I would have to give it to the Beyerdynamic. Definitely. Paired with the next one by Fio. This has a slight amount of amping. Very, very slight. It does a great job with that. However, I want to talk about when I first got these headphones. When I first bought these headphones, for about 5 days, I counted 5 days, it took me a while to appreciate the sound because it sounded very, very stifled at first. Like, I couldn't understand it quite. I kept running music through it. I had this running day and night, recharge, play a whole, the whole burn-in process that's very controversial, but I kind of believe it in a way because these did open up. Absolutely. The mids became more pronounced and the highs opened up quite a bit after some burn-in, but it took a while. I just have to stress the fact that it took a while for me to enjoy these, for me to understand that yes, this wasn't a wrong purchase. Like, I don't understand, because I know Tal from Inner Fidelity, whom I respect very much, has this on his Hall of Fame. So I needed to know, like, what is this? What is the great thing about this? And it took a while for it to come out, but when it did, I understood. I definitely understood the potential of these headphones had been realized. And just great set of cans. I like to talk about clamping force and the need for it. So, like I said earlier, that I like to wear this with this part straight and this part bent forward when I'm outside. The reason for this is that this increases the clamping force quite a bit to keep these securely on your ears. Now, on-ear headphones all can get quite uncomfortable, at least to me, in my ear shape, after lengthy periods of time. And these aren't quite so different if you are doing what I'm doing like that. If I'm at home, I can just loosely wear it like this. There's no problem with outside noise so much, but if you wanted to really sit on your ears and really give you that sort of isolation, like sound dampening wise, these are pretty good. Like, I can listen to these on the bus and you can hear that there's not much difference in the sound if you have it done like that. Like, the bass extension is just as low. Like, my problem with the M50X is if I listen to these outdoors, it changes its sound signature quite a bit. It becomes quite tinny, which I hate. So these do not do that, and I like that. However, if you want, even just listening to it in your room, if you really want the most of the bass, if you want the biggest bass impact, you have to have these tied quite tightly around your head, which can get a bit uncomfortable. But I think it's worth it. Like, you don't have to do it for all the time, but it's just a preference. Like, that's another thing about on-ear headphones. If you really want to get the full potential out of them, because this isn't like a big pair of Sennheisers with huge ear cups. No, these need to be strategically placed on your ears for you to enjoy them properly. Otherwise, it'll sound kind of off. So I just wanted to address that fact. So to sum up, great sounding headphones, very smooth highs, amazing mids, great bass extension. However, not removable cable-wise. A bit high in the ohms to drive. Like I said, portable devices can run it, but if you want the full potential, get yourself a DAP amp combination and carry it around with you. I know some people do that already. Tesla technology, I'm not exactly sure what that means yet. Something about clarity. And these are quite clear, but they're also not bright, which, obviously rolled off treble in a bit. But yeah, so definitely check out this product. I would advise it to anyone watching. So yeah, that's been my review. Thank you for watching.